Yeah, man. What's up? I'm your host with the most rapper, Coach Leader Johnson. You are on Follow the Sports, and we will talk those Sixers. Quarter two. I'd like to talk about, man. Listen, big win for the franchise, big win for Joel Embiid, big win for Tyrese Maxey, big win for the VJ. We got a Fab Five. We're gonna talk about it, man. We are going to definitely talk about it when we get back on Follow the Leader.
If I ain't doing the right thing, then what's doing the right thing? Wheel in the left cushion, the right pain. Only know one posture. A wreck I stain, sweat pouring out my glands. Fuck grams, I need cream. I done blacked out somebody trying to kill me, man. Fighting through this battlefield as ill as I am. Can't go like this. Is this really happening, fam? Now I'm feeling crazy because I wasn't even fucked up. Seem as if bad luck coming my way, well at least it's luck. Stacking dollars one at a time, at least it's a buck. If Christ ain't in front of me, then at least it's a book. Smoke weed, hit weights like took. If you ain't strong, you might end up a crook. Weak man with a pistol, strong arm crook. Seasoning the game just right, it's almost time to cook. Where my food at?
All these niggas trying to get my stride, trying to tell me how to live my life. But they don't know the consequences when you play that game. Little homie, you can lose your life. But they don't know I lead and they follow. They follow my lead. I lead and they follow. They listen to me.
Back, we are here. Follow the Leader. And man, listen. Big game yesterday. Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, in the game 7, scoring 30, 11, and 5 assists. It's like the first duo to do that in game 7. Check the record, man. If I'm not absolutely correct, I know I'm close. That is crazy. Where do we go from here? It's a lot to go. Big win, 109-100. 33 points for MB, 30 for Tyrese Maxey, 23 for VJ, 13 for Paul George. Just a real complete effort, and they have a Fab Five. We want to talk Big Four. They have a Fab Five. Look at that game. Derek White had a big game. You know, Jalen Brown did the best he could. But Philadelphia, look at this series. Look at this series, man. Philadelphia did the best. I mean, in the playoffs, period, since Embiid has been there. Complete effort, better coaching. I mean, shout out to Brett Brown and Doc Rivers, them guys, you know, Hall of Famer Doc Rivers. But Nick Nurse is a really X's and O's coach, man. He really knows how to use the best out of his roster. Now, let's get to one thing. Looking at the averages, we'll talk about Philly, but the averages are big going into the New York game. If you look at the team and look at how Tyrese Maxey's played, I told people he's a point guard. He's not a point guard. He's definitely a combo guard, but you know what a combo means? He can play both positions. So Maxey has just proven, and then to be able to rebound, him and VJ at their size says something. I mean, Maxey's been athletic since high school, man. He's been a beast like that, but he don't really flex that unless he look at you when he about to run, dunk the ball, he dribbling, and he see you in front of the basket. He like, you must think you can stop me. And he'll rise up on you. You know, like Maxey's a competitive guy. Shout out to his parents. So he was raised right, man. You can tell how their camaraderie. Always admired that. This is a big time game because it's Philly versus New York. Silence. This is Philly versus New York. This could be the Yankees and the Phillies. This could be the Islanders and the Flyers, or the Rangers and the Flyers. This is New York. New York Mets and the Phillies is big, even though the Braves are like the Cowboys. That's big, man. This is going to be a big market. It's going to be a lot of TV made. A lot of people with their commercials and TV. It's going to be a lot. People don't understand. It's two biggest cities in the country. You know, you got Philly and New York. If you don't know about the biggest cities in the country, maybe it changed. For years, it's been LA, Houston, Philadelphia, New York, and Chicago. 5 biggest, most people in the city. Talk about markets, that's a different story. But 5 most populated cities, biggest cities. That's it. And then you look at the markets. We all know Philadelphia's a basketball mecca. New York's a basketball mecca. So both of them being on TV at the same time is huge for basketball. Huge for basketball. Um, if we talk one thing about the Boston Celtics, it was always something to get over. But in the season, it was 2-2. Then you look at the New York games. They played New York. Embiid wasn't in two of them games. I mean, it's been always been an up and down thing with Embiid. But I think this year they. I mean, I know anybody can talk how they want. You don't like rest or whatever, but and I understand it because I'm about that. I think some people overuse it, or some people. Embiid has clearly had injuries. He's not. He's not like any other superstar. So you're trying to weigh how many times you're gonna play him when you're gonna play. So I think people should get off of the Embiid anytime he's out because we all know he's injury prone when he step on the floor. Let's just keep it real. But I love the hell out of Embiid. I'm just not bashing Embiid, bro. This is just being real. He even knows he has these injuries. He's sick of it. He's tired of it. You heard him talking like, I don't know how long I could do this. I mean, that's a big statement. We want to say also, if he feels like how long does he feel? He wants to play basketball, but if his body won't let him, I think mentally he hates sitting out. It's like, oh, what? So I have to be completely honest about the Sixers, man. This is a better team, and I was saying this from the beginning. They can be all the way good or just not good enough. But looking at them play against the Celtics, the way they did, everybody talk about Tatum. Well, Tatum was in there before when they first lost to the Sixers. He was in there the second time they lost to the Sixers. He just wasn't here the third time and the fourth time. He was in the third time too. He just one game was a side game. You don't see Tatum. You can't judge that because if they're the Celtics, they're gonna win. And I said this before this even happened. I said the Celtics don't got Porzingis and Drew Holiday. They don't got the players they had before they won the championship. I know they're tough. I know they're a good team, great 3-point shooting team, which they shoot themselves in and out of games. But realistically, look at the Boston Celtics. It's just like a gift and curse. If you're hitting all 3-pointers, that's any team though. Think about it. I mean, it's crazy, but yeah, I know one team in college that loves to hit threes, Villanova. I know I covered Villanova, but Villanova is not going to shoot themselves in and out of games. That's not their. That's not their. One and two. Bless me. Thank you. Excuse me, y'all. But looking at Nova and excuse me, looking at the Philadelphia 76ers and where they're at, they have a Fab Five. Let's go to that right quick. Let's start talking about New York and Philadelphia because we'll go back to the game. Let's start talking about that and where we at. Jalen Brunson's averaging 26 points a game, leading the team, 6 assists. That's going to be a game. 6 games, that's what he averaged. So now he goes against Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Maxey to 26, almost 27 a game, 5 rebounds, 4.9 rebounds. I mean, give y'all the exact 6.6 assists. I mean, it's cat. One thing about Tyrese, man, it's different now, man. He's shooting 41% from 3 this series. He was shooting 46% from the field. Take him to the line, 96%. That's a guy you don't want to listen. Let's keep it funky, man. He is a very big problem. Very big problem, man. That's gonna be a great matchup. That's the matchup. Him and Brunson, come on. And I know we got Cat. Listen, Cat has always been good ever since college, man. Everybody knew the talent he had. He averaged 18.7 points, 8.5, 11.3 rebounds, and 6.1 assists, 1.7 steals, 1.7 blocks. This man's playing basketball, man. He's one of the best centers in the league. I think he's a very underrated player. 56% from the field, 44% from the three. There's 66% though from the free throw line. Like, listen, that's going to be a matchup. Let me tell you how elite you got to be to go against Cat. 28 points a game for Embiid, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, almost a block. I mean, Embiid has been nothing short of amazing, man. 44% from the field could be better, right? 15% from three, but he's hitting 83% of his free throws. So, and I know I go with Barkley. I mean, I go with Shaq. The Shaq says he don't like when you shoot threes. But Kenny and Charles, Charles Barkley and Kenny Smith, y'all know who those is. Kenny Smith was a champion. Called Kenny the Jet Smith. He's one of the most athletic point guards in the league. Dunk on you real quick because he's in a slam dunk contest one time. Charles Barkley, you know who that is. If you don't, get off this, get off it. I could expect you not to know Kenny, but Charles Barkley, come on, man, dream team. And then Shaq, you know, everybody knows killing the league. Okay, so but Ernie Johnson, they was all talking, and you know, Charles and Kenny was more like they was more into like, listen, but you don't want him to shoot the three, but he should shoot it. He just shoot himself out the game. And I think the perfect game for Shaq to look at was the last game. He was 34 and 12, man. That 12 rebound, listen, that 12, that super 12, that's crazy. That 12. Like 12 rebounds was big because we don't see him getting the double double he used to get. And that was big to see. And 6 assists, like, come on, man. The Embiid is super back. And then look at the game. Was it this game or last game? It was a 3-pointer he hit. Like he didn't hit, I think he hit 1 3-pointer in the whole game. And that's because he was already beating them in the inside. So then he come out with the three. I mean, after he get 24, 25 on you, yeah, try a couple threes, you know, and then the lead is solid. That's where you put the dag in them like, oh, you got this too? That's how I feel. You shouldn't stop shooting threes. If you can shoot them, shoot them. You know what I'm saying? It's just dominate at your best level first. Unless you a 40-point shooter like a 40% shooter like Jokic. Because Jokic got to be like that. Because he's not as athletic like Embiid. Embiid can just leave you into pieces inside. Jokic know this. He get Jokic like that. So this Embiid is one of the top 3 players in the league, and you can't even say anybody at this Embiid. When Embiid is he's he's the best player in the league. You can say what you want. Oh, look at SGA and bring up LeBron. He's still this good. That's what makes LeBron right there in the top because he's still this good at this age. You know, so he's still taking teams to the playoffs. People don't understand how that is, man. Who came out recently and said, well, if I play, oh, no, I think it was Ron Harper. He's like, if I got to play that long, a lot of people or something will be playing. I said, everybody ain't that good. You can't say that because everybody ain't that good. You wasn't good as LeBron in your career. So how would you be even? I will play this long at this level? No, you had to show me. The other guys I mean, completely different. If he ends up being that guy that plays that long, how long are you going to be that elite like LeBron? I mean, when he topped out his career, Ron Harper was talking. Ron Harper was a great guard for the Clippers, Cavs, Cleveland Cavaliers. If I missed some teams, and he played with the Bulls, got his ring. But at that time, when he played with the Bulls, he wasn't that Ron Harper. He wasn't the Ron Harper getting 20 a game on you, 18 to 20 a game. Don't say because who was on the team. No, I don't want to hear that. We seen you play. Ron Harper wasn't the same. So you can't talk about LeBron when you in your peak of winning championships, in your time of winning championships. You weren't playing like LeBron when he was winning championships. So I'm just saying. To go back, the Sixers going against the Celtics, man. It's big time to have Paul George here hitting 17 points a game, 4 rebounds. All right. Then you look at Paul George, and when he's shooting from 3, it's 55%, 48% from the field, 77% from free throw. Do we really realize what he's doing? On both sides of 3 assists, all right, 17, 4, and 3. But you got 1.4 steals. Lockdown defense, man. Lockdown. VJ Edgecombe, 15 a game in this series. 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 1.8 steals, 1.9 steals, almost 2. Looking at where VJ is in 3-pointers, he really in shooting different and bad in this series, but he still was a factor. 23 in the game, 7. It's like what are we talking about right now? VJ is a different rookie. VJ is a different rookie, man. All right, so now we go to these different. I tell you what, it's big, man. It's big. Philly is here, man. They are here. Looking at how LeBron was, man, you must be crazy to think. Listen, that was crazy. Looking at LeBron, he come to the game with the whole LeBron feel and ends up winning. I just think he's in a different mental mind state. Mentally, he's trying to get even his physical assets. He's more in tune to. I think he's listening more too because he don't just make these decisions not to play. This is a team thing, and he's not making no bicker about it. But you hear him saying stuff like, you want to play. I wasn't sick. Or I wasn't injured. You looking at VJ Edgecombe, man, started his career dropping off 34, beating the Celtics. Remember that. 2-2 in the series in the season, and one of those was the first game when they met VJ. Then they met him again with 23. 44 years. This is just the way things are going for the Sixers. It just looks like a momentum push and how things are going to roll. And B says, I have a message for our fans. Last time we played the Knicks, it felt like Philly was Madison Square Garden East. We're going to need the support. Don't sell your tickets. This is bigger than you. If you need money, I got you. Basically putting out, just subliminal, a big subliminal, like we need the support because we going hard and we need y'all to push this for us. The whole playoffs. This ain't just the Knicks. The playoffs. It's time for the momentum shift. When you beat the Celtics, and Embiid wanted to beat the Celtics. Embiid wanted to beat the Celtics. First time since 82. I remember to hear Tyrese say this before he was born. I was born in 81, okay? And 82 was different. Just couldn't get past the Lakers or the Celtics. I mean, but in 83, Dr. J, Moses Malone, Maurice Cheeks, Andrew Toney, Bobby Jones, they all took us to the championship, man. Clint Richardson, all them guys. So just know that. And that's why this is such a big momentum shift. Real quick, y'all. Go to before we get back to basketball, for all y'all to see, the draft combine invites are right here, man. These are your draft combine invite. All right, you see a lot of big guys for you. Darius Cuff Jr. is there, okay? See a couple of names that are Cameron Boozer there, these are guys that have been invited. Okay. Chris Sinek, another guy. AJ's gonna be there. Zuby's gonna be there. Zuby Ejiofor, he's gonna be there. A lot of good Jacoby Gillespie had a good season, man. Yaxel Lindenborg, one of my guys that I feel like, yeah, he's a guy you watch out for. Yeah, Yaxel's been good since last year. Bless me. He's been good since last year. Dylan Mitchell out of St. John's. You look at that other guy, Koa Pete, Malik Thomas. The one I want the Sixers to get, Malik Thomas. Put him on the bench. Let him sign Grimes. Bring the Sixers back next year. With Malik Thomas is from Pittsburgh. He's one that great duo with Darius Cuff Jr. in Arkansas. He's from the PA area. He's the number one player out of high school, and yeah, that's the guy I want the Sixers to get. You say who I want them to get? Darren Peterson's going to be there for everybody. Jaden Quaintance is going to be there. It's a lot of good players I'm looking at. Bennett Sturts is going to be there. Keaton Wagler is going to be there. I mean, they all been invited. Going to be there is a different thing. Caleb Wilson, all you guys have been invited to the NBA 2026 NBA draft combine. So y'all look out for that, man. Guys, the future. It's the future, man. It's the future. So speak with that. Now, back to the unbelievable Sixers, man. What they done did, how things are. I'm thinking it's just a big thing, and it's real big for them to do this and do it against Boston. Once again, looking at how the Flyers won. The Flyers beat the Pittsburgh Penguins 4-2. That's a rival, man. In state too, like Penguins been that Achilles heel. I mean, it's their rivalry for years. and for them to beat them 4 games to 2, and they was up 3-0. Philadelphia comes back down 3-1 and beats the Celtics. It's just something big to see, man. The Sixers are right there. Um, it just looks big. It looks real good for the league. The momentum, everything is going. Who they can beat? We got the Pistons. We got Cleveland still there, but Philly can beat any of these teams, especially since Boston's out. And when Boston came in, I was telling people they just don't look like they're Boston. They're still an elite team, but they're not their Boston. Not to have Porzingis and Jrue Holiday in there and making things extra difficult. They ain't got those guys no more. Then got to be Brown and Tatum. And Tatum, I mean, Philly's not a pushover. It's not like, it's just that Boston was extra good with them two guys there. Big stretch five, Porzingis, and then you got Drew Holiday, great two-way player in the league, type of guy that can go up for Hall of Fame consideration, man. Remember when he got drafted by the Sixers? Him and Iguodala on the same week, thinking that was going to happen. That future didn't happen. They went right to the process. And this is the best point of the process. You got Paul George playing at elite level. Paul George is playing so like he is pulling up right in your face. Then you got Embiid, right? So now you got the two stars together playing. They still ain't got their niche together. Like this team ain't still ain't as good as it can be because they haven't even got the chemistry with everybody there. Now they're just kicking up in the playoffs, and the teams ain't used to that. You got Tyrese Maxey and Edgecombe as the backcourt. That's a four. That's a big four. VJ has made it confident enough for everybody in the league. This is a big four. This ain't no big three. But then we forget Kelly Oubre, man. Kelly Oubre has been a big time player for the Sixers. Two-way. 6'8". He's at his peak as a player. He was also a one and done. Let me tell you who's a one and done. VJ, Maxey, MB, Oubre. Paul George wasn't. At that time, one and dones wasn't even popular. If you was out of there as a freshman, you looked at it like, oh, all eyes on the only freshman in the class. You know what I mean? But Oubre was in that time. Oubre went to Kansas just like MB. Oubre is feeling, he's a player, man. He's a player. They could sign Oubre back to like a 2-year contract. I think this is smart to get him back. I mean, he's just he on both sides of the floor. He's just a player, man. So I don't think you would want nobody. You want everybody to come back next year and just play. If it don't go like that, it don't. But you need that, man. You need that. And the guy you draft this year is coming off the bench. I'm looking at their team. Without Cameron Payne, there's no. It's only a 3 guard with Quentin Grimes. They need to let Kyle Lowry in some. We just need another point guard to out there. Kyle Lowry needs to get out there. Nick Nurse needs to know this guy. Like, is he really that hurt? I know he's good in the locker room. Some guys are signed just to be good in the locker room, like Haslam. Haslam played Miami all them years, and some years he just wasn't. Yeah, he was okay. He was solid. He wasn't good as he was. You really could do without. But still, the reason why a guy like that is there is because in the locker room he talks to players. So, you know what I mean? Like, he's good at getting people, and he knows the culture of Miami. Haslam is a Miami Heat legend, man. So guys like that, like Kyle Lowry, you see him don't get that much time, no trades or nothing, but he's bigger than just playing. So, but he still can get you 5 a game off the bench and, 2, 3, 3 assists off the bench, 5 and 3. That's all we need. And he can hit that 3. He can lead the team. He know how to play. He's not going to make mistakes from the basketball court. He's going to play hard defense. So I just feel like he should get time because Cameron Payne was one thing. Cameron Payne was he was a spark off the bench. I know he was hurt. They took a time to get somebody up or whatever, but I just feel like Cameron Payne was a bad move to let him go. But listen, man, more and more on this game. I'm gonna be keeping up with it. I told y'all after every series, I'm doing that who's flyed in the flyer, and after the Sixers series, I will come and I will talk and break things down. What happened was the Philadelphia just said forget it and stepped on the gas. I remember I was talking with coworker, man. He was like, yeah, man, the Sixers and Celtics playoffs. I said they need to end this, man. Quit all this BS, and it's 3-3 now. You get here, it's almost evident. Like they was down 3-1 to get there was big, and they need to finish it, and they did, man. It was really good. VJ is just. I'm gonna say something, man. Rookie of the year, okay, I understand. I understand. Cooper should have been in a way. That in a way means I think that VJ should have won because he's playing for a playoff team. The best players. He was there when it counted. Cooper, Dallas ain't really got nobody but Cooper. We looking now. You look at that team, people is about to leave. Clay, like, dang, what happened? Anthony Davis is gone. I mean, that's crazy. It's just crazy now. Like that was a future. Like people was looking at the five, and I was like, you know what I mean? But it made sense for Anthony Davis to be gone because they're going to build around Cooper. They want to build that team around Cooper. So everybody's going young, and that was just too late. I think they should have flexed that team of Davis, like, but I don't know. You should have took a couple of years, let Cooper play with Davis. It's only gonna make them better. You just put the pressure all on them, and this is gonna be something to see if Dallas can even be relevant now with years coming up. We'll see how it go, but yeah, man, it's just this is a good series. Philly and New York, man. Brunson versus Maxey is a key matchup, but still, Embiid versus Towns, but Towns gonna get his stuff, but you know how it's gonna go. You're not gonna be able to mess with Embiid. You know how it's gonna go. You know how that's munching. And I know that if this Towns here and this gonna hype you up, man. Eagle fan, man. Got much love for Cat, man. His whole family are rest in the heavens to his mom. Much love there and the love to his pops. Listen, man, you gonna have to go again. He know Embiid. He know Embiid, bro. He know who he messing with. He messing with a dog. Towns is messing with a dog with Embiid. And he know that's a rivalry matchup. It's kind of like how Ewing and Robinson and yeah, that's like one of them matchups. Ewing versus Elijah Wan, one of them matchups. You know what I'm saying? Every time they go at it, Jokic and Embiid. They're like these are the true centers in the league. I know Chet is good, all star, but he's not them. He's not Jokic, Cat, and Embiid. He's not them. Yeah, that's what I mean. I know Jalen Duren is doing this thing, but he's not them. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, man. Um, this it's a big game. So the big man, little man, because back in the day, it was almost to have a point guard or a center was big and huge. And this is what this team has started with. You talk about Maxey versus Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns versus Joel Embiid, and then it's another battle. It's a third one. That's the two-way battle, right? I guess it's a four, but the two-way battle was VJ versus Michael Bridges, two very good two-way players, man, from starting from college. So Bridges is a national champion, 2 time. So you talking about a guy that's been there and won and knows how to play in the big games, and VJ is just he's been here before. He is. I mean, we ain't had a rookie like this that blew you away. Iverson blew me away. Embiid, it was just waiting for him for 2 years. We was already blown away by the draft pick and who we're getting. But I just VJ just added another style to that whole thing. The other battle, if we want to talk about it, if we want to go down to 5, OG and a boy, and Kelly already. These guys can do a lot. I think they're very underrated on both sides of the floor. Knowing how to get their shots off, good from the three, aggressive defensive players. That's two dogs right there. And then the last one that's left is Josh Hart and Paul George. You know what that you both guys are all around two-way players, but one is different from the other. Paul George is Josh Hart is definitely not on the level of Paul George. He's gonna play great. Another champion, you know what I mean? National champion 2016 Villanova. Legendary, iconic Villanova figure. But that's a little bit. But Kelly Oubre, OG is looking like the guy right now. But Kelly Oubre is just as good is OG Boy. I don't think people are giving him his credit for being as good as he is on both sides of the floor. OG might average more. He might average more. Um, Season series, a little bit. If you go to the series, it's a little different. Because Aubrey fall back 9 points a game, 6 rebounds. He gets assists. If you look at Aubrey, man, he's not hitting big this series either. You look at OG Boy, man. OG Boy, the type of cat, man. OG Boy, he has been dynamic in this series. He been the baller. 21 a game. I mean, he next to Brunson with 26. 8.7 rebounds, 1.8 steals, 1.2 blocks. Well, he been a dog the whole series. 56% from the three, 61% from the field. You ain't gonna listen. As good as he is, if he does that against the Sixers, it's a little bit over, man. Like I'm just saying, it's over. I mean, unless everybody else just don't like, he's not gonna do that against the Sixers. What I'm trying to tell you is that this is a different team, totally different team. They played the Hawks. It was a little bit disappointing. A little bit disappointing. I understand, the Hawks got a good team, but them boys was having a hard time. Then they kind of woke up. I heard Stephen A go off. We start crying. They kind of woke up. I'm saying, but the Sixers and the Hawks, the big thing that matters with that is going to be Maxey versus Brunson, and Embiid versus Towns, and really it's the Maxey Brunson because I'm telling you now, Embiid about to have this Towns gonna play hard, but it's not gonna look the same. Embiid always has his way with Towns. But Maxey versus Brunson, it's going to be back and forth with them, and it's going to be a dog fight between them two guards. So listen, man. Next time I see y'all on the Sixer tip, this is Follow Your Sports. We're gonna be back. We got Villanova Radio coming. Who's flying in the fly? They face the Hurricanes. The Phillies are starting to make their wins come. So big shout out Zach Wheeler coming back, throwing with a vengeance. Chester Crawford is still playing. So listen, I'm gonna see y'all back here on Follow Your Sports, man. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram. Always go ahead and juice for y'all, man. I'm out.